you loyal customers. I grew up in Floyd with my friend Mary, and I've not been far from home. I married the local fire chief, and you have to live in town for that, so we did that. But what I thought I would say is I've never, ever introduced a political candidate before. I have never publicly supported a political candidate before. When Keith and I bought Annie K's, really, we've had the toy store 28 years. When we bought Annie K's, they were very political. There were lots of magnets hanging around. They were very, very political. And while I might have agreed with some of them, we made the decision then that we did not want to offend anyone, any of our customers, because we have the extremes of all come in our stores, and we want them all to feel comfortable coming in our stores. So we have never put up a political sign. I have never publicly expressed my opinion about political campaigns. I send anonymous donations to the people I want. I am very involved. I do vote. My mother was the secretary of the electoral board in Floyd, and you vote. I have voted every single election my entire life since I was 18. And my son, who was just here, has done the same. And it was important to him to just come and see Pete for a few minutes. I was at a meeting not long ago, and they went around the room and said, "What do you love about Blacksburg?" And I was about midway in the group. And everybody was saying, "I love the weather, I love blah, blah, blah," all these things. And I was trying to think of something different. And the one thing I thought of is I love that my 31-year-old son grew up with people from all over the world. One of his best friends is from Istanbul, Turkey, that he met at New River, and then they both transferred to Tech, and he's met people. He didn't think once about anybody of different color, and we didn't have too much of that growing up in Floyd. And I love that Taylor moved away and wanted to come back and raise his children here. And what I want for my granddaughter is to grow up in a town with a community that loves her and supports her, and that there'll be the opportunities for her to stay here. And the reason I'm here and opening my mouth tonight is because I love Pete Macedo, and I don't mind saying it. We have just known him as our bagel guy at Annie K's. We were trying to figure out how long we had known each other. He found messages from 2016.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been a little bit longer than that, but he has always been there for us. And I love when he stops by the store just to check on us. I was telling Mary earlier, he's a great listener. You're a really good listener. And when I think about who I want to lead this town and be able to talk to anybody in the room, because there's a lot of people you need to talk to involved in this job being in a university town. The person that I trust is Pete Macedo, and my husband's already calling him Mayor Pete. He has from day one. So, Pete Macedo.
Yay!
I want to vote for her.
You did a great job.
Yeah, I gotta take that in for a minute. But I have been in this town for so long. I was just talking with Daniel, and he was just like, "What's the point where you get to consider yourself a townie?" You know? And his suggestion was maybe you've been here for more years than you've been in school here, and that kind of makes sense, I think. But you know, this was coming to Blacksburg for so many people is a choice, and it's not just like I'd love to live there, I'm gonna move there. It's like I'd love to live there, I'm gonna fill out a bunch of paperwork, and I'm gonna see if they'll let me come there and study at the university, and then hopefully, is that the place I want? Like, you have to make a lot of decisions on like where you want to go, and because so many of us come here for school, like that's sort of the impetus for it. But I picked Blacksburg because I didn't know what I wanted. I thought I knew what I wanted, but I knew myself well enough to know that I could very well be wrong. And I wanted to be in a place where there was more than one path for me. And somehow I finished my degree in physics. I started and finished. But when I was in there, I was able to get into this program, the service learning program, where I was working with Floyd County High School. And I would have never been in a county with one traffic light and one school and one elementary, like it's all, like I would have never experienced that if I hadn't come to Blacksburg. And the opportunities that I got because of all the people who come here, and you just get to meet, it's like everybody's here. All different kinds of people are here. And I have appreciated that so much. I wish that I could pick the people who stayed, but I know that the most important thing is that they were here, and then when they're gone, I miss them. Like, I don't think there's been many people who I've known from Blacksburg, I'm like, glad I don't have to see them anymore, you know? Because like, it's a community, and we're all a part of that, and I want more people to be here and to miss Blacksburg when they leave, because we're gonna leave, and that's okay. But it's just like, I want everybody to have that experience, that the same type of thing, like, oh gosh, I really needed to get out of here, you know? But you don't want that. You want them to miss it. You want them to love it here. You want them to feel welcome here, and you want to feel like we're all part of the community, because we are. And I don't think I met any of you in the same way. Like, no, I'm pretty sure I met almost every single one of you in a completely different way. But this is our community. This is our neighbors, this is our family. I think we all love it here, and it means so much to me that you guys feel that I could be a voice for you in this town, in any way, but like in this town, that means a lot. And I love Blacksburg, and I love you guys, and the thing that you do with the things you love is you take care of them as best you can, and that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
So thank you. Yeah. Okay, now what?